when picking a diet that's not sustainable, you may lose weight for the first 3 to 4 months, but the majority of people fall off. And when I say majority, I mean 70-80% of you. And one problem is too many people are focused on the healthiest foods that they should be consuming, which makes them focus more on micronutrients instead of macronutrients. And this makes it hard if you're not tracking your calories, because macronutrients in the beginning of a diet are the most important thing, because that's what's going to distinguish the amount or give you the definitive answer on the amount of calories you're consuming in a day, especially if you want to be in a deficit or if you're in maintenance. So most people are cooking wrong and preparing wrong. And one thing that they're doing is you may be having eggs and oats for breakfast, you may be having a salad for lunch, chicken and broccoli for dinner, which is all great, sounds good, but if you are cooking them in a crap load of oil, a crap load of butter, or spraying your pan down with a ton of non-stick spray, you're just adding in extra fat, which is extra calories. That could be an extra 100 to 300 calories per meal. So when you're preparing, don't try to make it taste like the Cheesecake Factory. And just because some YouTubers said that nuts are healthy, avocados are healthy, and grass-fed butter are healthy, doesn't mean that when you're starting your diet in the first stages, these are the things that you need to turn to in large amounts, because in the end, micronutrients will not get you lean. Macronutrients will. So you have to be conscious of how many macros you are consuming in a day. Focusing on the micronutrients you want to do, but you do that once you get your diet in check. So I'm going to take you down to my kitchen counter, and we're going to go ahead and go through a few things that I flavor my foods with for less calories. So here we are. We're going to start with the dressings, because everybody loves dressing, and the most popular dressing I think out there that people use is ranch. So regular ranch dressing has 110 to 160 calories per 2 tablespoons. That's a serving. I use a Bolthouse Farms Classic Ranch yogurt dressing, which tastes delicious, and it's only 45 calories. It's more than half of regular ranch. So you're actually saving, depending on how much fat's in the regular ranch. There's not much in this one. 3 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs, 1 gram protein. So here it is. Classic Ranch, Bolthouse Farms. I also make other flavors. I use the cilantro avocado. There it is. And I have, if I want something creamy and cheesy, I use the creamy Caesar dressing by Bolthouse Farms. They also make other flavors that are also very delicious, but those are my favorites, so that's what I have stocked in my refrigerator. Now on to the seasoning. The seasoning, because you know, you can't just do it with ranch. You need, or with the salad dressing, you need flavor, because you want to have it taste good. So what do? You turn to the flavor god. Flavor god makes some delicious flavoring. And the ones that I like the most are Taco Tuesday. You guys can see that. I hope we're not too close. Garlic Lovers. See if I can get in there. Everything, because it's everything. And then the last one here is ranch. Now, ranch is not like super ranchy flavoring, but it's got a mild ranch taste to it. So if you use this by itself, then I would either add it, maybe take a tablespoon away from the ranch classic yogurt dressing and throw some of this on there to kind of compensate the flavor of pulling away some calories, or add some salt and pepper, and that'll bring out the flavor of the ranch better. So next, we're on to the flavor god again. Now, after I train, I eat anywhere between 40 to 50 grams of protein per meal. So I have 2 meals after I train. I wait about an hour after I train because I want the blood flow to just start going away from my muscles and my stomach be prepped, so I have good blood flow, decent blood flow. It's all back to normal, so digestion is good and everything. So I wait 45 minutes to an hour after I train before I eat. And my 2 meals after I train are, like I said, 40 to 50 grams of protein and 10 to 15 carbs, not much. And my fat is super low. I'm talking 3 grams of fat. So I keep my fat real low. It helps keep my weight down, especially when I'm working, because I'm just burning through whatever my body can burn through. So that's for another video. But when I consume those meals, I have Greek yogurt. I use Feg Greek yogurt because it's probably one of the best, and I get the plain non-fat yogurt. If you're doing keto, there's only 5 carbs per 170 grams or per serving. If you're doing keto, it's great for keto. It's great for any diet. 5 carbs, 0 fat, probably 18 grams of protein in that. And also it's a great probiotic and a prebiotic. So you want to digest food right, you want it to process right, and fermented foods, which Greek yogurt is a fermented food, are great to eat. And I have one more fermented food to show you after this. But when I flavor that, I also add more protein into it. So I add a chocolate whey into that and mix it up, and to really kind of like bounce that out, the flavor out, just bring it out, I turn to the flavor god and I turn to the chocolate donut. Now this is amazing. It does taste like chocolate donut. It does give you that feel like you are not dieting. I love it. Then we have buttery cinnamon roll that you can add if you do a vanilla yogurt. And from my understanding, I haven't had it in coffee yet, but is it awesome in coffee, babe?
It's yummy.
She says it's yummy. That's coming from my wife, that this is yummy. Yummy, yummy. And then also, if you want that flavor of the holidays, we always want that sometimes. I love pumpkin pie. I do. I don't know if you do. If you do, this tastes just like it. So if you have anything vanilla, I don't care if it's almond milk, I don't care what it is, you can flavor it with this pumpkin pie. Any of these. You can use your imagination. You can flavor it in oats, you can flavor it in coffee, you can flavor it in milk, you can do whatever you want with this, but the flavoring is awesome, the flavor god. The last thing I want to talk about as far as food wise is this, to me, is super important. This changed my digestion, my elimination. This helped with the processing of food, and it also adds an excellent flavor if you just use like a pinch or 2 of it into salad, on your chicken. It could go on your steak, it could go on your fish, it could go on anything, and it adds that little kick, that little flavor that is just so yummy. And it's a great food. It's another fermented food. It's probably one of the best fermented foods out there, and it is sauerkraut. And I use old-fashioned barrel sauerkraut, but any sauerkraut will do. So that's enough for the foods, but I want to talk about cooking a little bit. If I cook meat, I cook it in a non-stick pan. Non-stick pans are designed to be cooked without oils. They're to be cooked with the juices of the meats you're cooking and the vegetables and all that you're cooking without sticking to the pan. So they're designed so they don't need oil, but if you do need oil, a non-stick spray is okay. You just don't go crazy on it. Just one little like that, okay? So you get just like that. Right, babe? How do you do it? Okay, just like that, you're good to go. The other thing I want to share with you is my lovely wife turned me on to this, and I want to share it with you guys. I've been cooking my chicken and my fish in this, and it is a no-brainer. There's no oils. You take it out after about 15-20 minutes of cooking, and you just crumble it up in a salad if you want, or on your plate, or just take it out as a piece, flavor it all up and gobble it up, and it's great and it's healthy. So I'm going to show you. That's this. This is called an Instapot. It's a crock pot. It's got a little cage in there to put your meat on. There's the cord. You basically plug it in. If I'm doing chicken, I do poultry, 15 to 20 minutes. And in 15-20 minutes, I just pop the steam cap and let it cool down, and the food's ready. It's made a big difference in me preparing my meals and less stress. I don't have to prep or anything because I come home, I buy frozen chicken because you can cook fish and chicken frozen in this. I buy frozen chicken, I throw it in when I come home, put a cup of water in here, close the lid, hit the button, walk away. It beeps when it's done. I pop it when I want it. It also keep it warm if you're not ready to eat at that moment. And it has been a game changer as far as making it easy to consume the protein I need and acquire the protein that I need, because there's nothing harder than having to take out a pan, sit there and cook something up. This is nice just to throw it in there, let it do the work, and let you know when it's done. So this is Dave. I'm signing off, and we will see you guys on the next video.